Today I've got out my fabric, my trims, and some other items, and we're going to make a fluffy tassel
and 2 mini tassels
for our June Just 15 Junk Journal Challenge. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie. I'm back with the fluffy tassel for the June Just 15 Junk Journal Challenge, and we are to use just 15 items from our stash. And then I gave you a few other little things that you could use. And we are to make a journal. So basically it is a journal from a kit, but you can use any of your tools, any glue. And so for the tassel, last week I added items that you could use, including 4 24-inch pieces of trim or yarn or lace or ribbon, whatever, so that you would have that for your journal as well as for your tassel. You can use your wire, you can have a bulb pin or a safety pin, and a ring or washer for making your tassel as well. If you don't have wire, you might have a twisty tie. You can do that. So I'm going to be using wire today. So lace is one of my items. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut this at 10 inches. And I'm going to need a couple pieces of that because I want this to be kind of fluffy. Okay, I'm planning to use baker's twine as my binding string. So just for something different. So that is, you can use your binding string in your journal as well as the 4 clips that you use after you've done your binding. You can also use those in your journal. So there's going to give me 4 strings. That's in case I decide to come back and add charms or anything to it. It's just easier to add them, okay, to the thin pieces like that. So I did, for one of my 24-inch pieces, I chose the carrots. So we'll put one of the carrots in there, and then some of the green trim. Remember, I have a garden theme going on here. And I love this trim. So that will give us something a little different in here. Go ahead and cut that. And then we have our strip of fabric. And I'm going to go ahead and rip it. Okay, because that's going to give me thinner pieces, which is what I actually would rather have for this journal. And it'll give me more pieces. Of course, I have a huge piece of fabric that I'm using for this journal. And then these can go there. And then I also have this one. Love this fabric with all the different fruits and vegetables on it. It has been so much fun to use. Okay, so here we go. And now we'll go ahead and kind of get an idea of what we've got here. We have black. I'm going to want a white on it, maybe the red, another black. Can you hear the dove? I have my window open so that the swamp cooler works in here. which means I get to hear the dove and the mockingbird. I love it. Okay, the green one. Of course, it doesn't want to. And then you can go ahead and just take your thumb down and try and open up the curl. Curl is okay. Wish it curled the other way. That's okay. Okay, so that is what I have for my fluffy tassel. My fluffy tassel. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up and kind of twist it around so that I can get it through. I'm using one of the white rings that was in my mom's stuff. This is the last one, I think. So, hooray for using things up. Okay, so that's kind of an interesting look we have there. More of the black to show. Okay, so we'll go with it like this, but I want my red one to be on one side and one to be on the other, so have to pull it through somehow. I don't know if you can see that, but they were both on the same side, crinkled up. Okay, so let's see how there we go. Okay, so we're all fluffed up, and then we can take our wire pull everything so that it's nice and okay. So fluffy tassel this time is one of the required elements, so it is one of your 15 elements. And knowing that people wanted more items to put in their fluffy tassel, that's why we added the 4 24-inch pieces that you could use. Okay, so I'm going to need to be able to undo the wire there. And then just put both pieces, the edge pieces, up underneath your wire. And sometimes it's easier to use your scissors because it will have that little bit of a lip. Okay, so just getting that edge piece up and under, and that's just so that it doesn't come out and get you. Okay, and so there I have my little fluffy tassel, and it's got a lot of interest. Okay, and then we've got our bullpen that we can go ahead and use to attach it to the journal. Okay, so my journal doesn't have its place yet, so let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and put it, you can either put it on the front of your journal or on the side middle. I'm going to put it on the side middle. We're going to just add an eyelet today, brown one. Make sure that we don't move the camera because that's been happening lately. Sorry. Okay. So the journal book that I'm using is the Smithsonian Garden Journal. It's been really fun to use because it has great pages. Okay. And there we go. So Chip has found something to bark at out there this morning.
Maybe he's reminding me to tell you that we're here every day at 10:30 with a new video. Usually it's paper crafting, sometimes a shopping haul, or even Happy Mail.
Okay, there we go.
And we have a challenge here each month that include prizes for everyone that finishes.
We can just go ahead and put our bulb clip on and attach it to the top. And there I have beautiful tassel on the edge. Now I have some great garden charms that I could add possibly, but they're not part of my kit, so they probably won't get added to this one, but we'll see what we come up with. So that is our fluffy tassel. Maybe you'd like to make just a little tiny tassel, and that will count too. So you might have some little pieces of your you might just have some little pieces. Okay. I think I kind of like it just fabric. What do you think? I'm thinking maybe just fabric. Okay, so cut this. Okay, so just some pieces of fabric. Pull that up just a little. Okay, and you can go ahead and use a smaller washer. Or you can just use a piece of the fabric up at the top and tie it around as well. Okay, so there we go. This piece, go ahead, it's going to be a little shorter. Okay, I do want whatever's coming up off the top. Well, you know what? We might be able to just flip all that over so that we get the right side of the fabric. There we go. There we go. Okay. And remember, I did say you could use a twisty tie. You just twist it just like that. Okay. And these are considered tools. Okay, this time your washer, your bulb clips. For this journal, we are considering all that tools. Okay, so there gives you another little tassel, and you can just go ahead and attach that to a bulb clip, and then to a paper clip or somewhere into your journal. One other really fun, fast tassel is making one using like baker's twine. Okay, and so let's go ahead. You can do this with embroidery floss, crochet thread, baker's twine. Just go ahead and remember this side, whatever you're doing whatever you can see on this side, you have double that. Okay, and then we're going to want a second string. And our cuts are down here, so I'm going to go ahead and put this through. Pull it through. Okay. So I'm just using some packaging because it has substance. It's gonna handle being wrapped and not curl up. Okay. So then I'm going to take my thread and go ahead and do that. Okay, so you see like that. And there we go. And this time we are going to go ahead and use our wire. And you can see this is also similar to like a tassel that you would get for graduation. So if you are working still on a graduation gift or scrapbook page or something, then you can make your own little tassel. Then you can add the little 2020 table scatter that we had picked up at Dollar General, and you're all good. Okay, so that around, tuck it under just like we did before, or tuck it in. It's going in this time. Okay, so then of course we need to, after you've got all that done, come down to the bottom, cut across, and then you can trim it. Okay, so that gives you another type of little tassel. Okay, so, and of course you can just keep getting smaller. You can go ahead and cut this one up. It would be like half that size. Okay, so there is 2 more tassels to add to our fluffy tassel. If you're here in the premiere, I'm waving hello, and say hi to Midnight. Hi, Midnight. And if you're joining us after the premiere or in the premiere, do you like to make tassels? Would you rather a bead dangle or nothing? I like to put things on the edge of my journals because that's how I identify them when they're in the bookcase. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that YouTube can tell you when we are live or when our next video comes out. Have an amazing day. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Bye.